Yeah, that's Chris Martin over there. He is playing the role of every one of my friends today.
This is where my multiple personality disorder comes in handy.
Yeah, you have one of those? Do you talk to yourself?
Yes.
To your alternate selves?
Yeah, I do. I just try to pump myself up, though, when I talk to myself. It's always something positive.
Tell me something good.
No, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of things that have already become obsolete, and I was reading this article that I found very interesting about items that we use every day regularly that will soon be obsolete. And this author of this article made some very valid points. See what you think. First, he says, eyeglasses will soon be obsolete. Why? Because we're going to have digital implants that will give people perfect vision. And maybe you're thinking that they're going to cut some hole in your face and stick an implant in, but more like very advanced contacts that are a little bit more permanent. There are certain things you can't bring into a music festival. I mean, some pretty obvious things like knives and guns, right? But the newest thing on the list is actually selfie sticks. They've been banned from Lollapalooza and Coachella.
Why?
Well, because they're safety hazards, Phil. Oh. If you're not familiar with what a selfie stick is, it's a device that grasps your cell phone at the end of a stick, and it allows you to take pictures from further away so you can fit yourself and your friends or whatever's going on in the background.
Tell me that you love me.
There's a new poll out that I love by Beagle Street Life Insurance, and they compiled...
That's a romantic place to work.
They put together a list of the most romantic love letters of all time. It includes letters from celebrities like Jimi Hendrix to, at that time, an unknown girlfriend. Letters from Richard Burton to Elizabeth Taylor, Ernest Hemingway, Gerald Ford, a bunch of them. But the top spot went to Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash
in a letter to June Carter Cash. And I have that letter here, and I'm going to read it to you in the most romantic way I possibly can.
Yeah, get close to that mic. And
pressure is on.
Soften up that voice a bit. And try to smize while you're at it.
I am smizing. Okay, so how about this one? And I really like this one. Bottled water will be going away. Why? Good. Because we will have, and already do actually, have filtered water bottles and filters. Mm-hmm. Well, you're holding up your bottled water, but imagine getting rid of all of the waste, the thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of plastic bottles that we throw away every year if you just use reusable bottles that have their own filters, and will filter chlorine or fluorine or any of that stuff you think the government is putting in your water right out of the sink.
Tell me that you like it.
Yeah, you guys brought this app up on the show, and really this app went viral around the world basically last week because of all of the buzz it was creating, criticism it was receiving. Mm-hmm. It's an app that was designed to find and rate really anyone you know. And you rate them on a 5-star basis. Obviously, you can leave comments about your rating as well.
So, wow.
They were calling it Yelp For Humans.
Oh, my gosh.
Sort of how they were describing it.
Oh, an ex-boyfriend or two could have been.
Well, yeah, and just think you're an ex-girlfriend to those ex-boyfriends. So however you feel about them, they may feel equally about you. Really, the potential is there for ruining everybody's dating life, everybody's possibility of getting into another job, everybody's possibility of any sort of advancement. Now, this goes further. How about this? Keys, money, ID, this guy says, is all going away. Why? Because your fingerprints, our fingerprints, are all so unique. Yep. What is the point for any of that? At some point, you'll literally be able to stick your fingerprint against your car to start it. Yep. Against the, when you're in the line at the grocery store, against the payment method, it'll deduct it right from your bank account. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Identification, obviously, the cop says stick your finger on the...
Tell me something good.
Well, there's that. A couple of days ago, and they had 50 Shades of Grey books, the softcover books, out by the dozens. And so I picked one up.
Did you start reading?
And I did start reading. I just flipped to the middle of it. And the main character, who I guess is Grey, and the female lead is, I think, Anastasia.
Yes,
something like
Anastasia.
That. They're exchanging emails back and forth. And
you're reading their emails?
Did they make you blush?
Well, it's really interestingly written when you look at it from that point, because we all do, at some point, sit in offices and do emails back and forth. And, it made me blush. It was... quite an exchange they had going. Well, and then finally, how about buttons and pockets? You know?
I love pockets.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're going to have to learn to live without them.
Keep your hands above the table.
You don't have any keys. You don't have any cash. You don't have any identification. What's the point for buttons and wallets?
Because my hands get
or
cold.
Buttons and pockets.
Jolly Rogers.
Okay, well, you can do
Jolly
it as a
Ranchers.
fashion statement.
Jolly Ranchers, not Rogers. Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Rogers is something else the kids talk about.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, there's a few items that you may not see in the future. This guy also made a claim about not having furniture because we'll sit on electromagnetic waves, and that's where he lost me.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me that you like